and the Noakhali routes. And how do you feel that this, because a lot of people living here are disconnected with this heritage and this part of our history, and they're not aware of it. So how do you hope to connect our community back to diaspora, back to the history?
See, okay, let me share this. It started, actually this thought started, I had started researching something else. And we were planning to make film on something else. That's why honestly I'm telling you, it was called the Delhi Files initially. Though it had nothing to do with Sikh riots. It wasn't about that. Delhi, because lots of things happened because of wrong decisions taken by Delhi. In 1946, 47 and later on. And as I was researching about the entire India, an incident came into my knowledge. I think it was 2019 or something, I'm forgetting the year, in Bengal. Those of you who do not know, Bengal has the maximum electoral violence. Every year, whenever there are elections, there's a lot of violence. In fact, in the Panchayat elections, I don't know, some 2,000 of candidates did not even contest the elections because of the violence. And the maximum incidence of communal violence is also in Bengal. So there was one incident, there was a young boy who loved dogs, you know, and he used to keep a lot of dogs. You can research, you can find on Google, he's there. And so one day he was feeding his dog, and because he did not support the state government, and he supported some other party, so the Tolibaj, I hope anybody who knows Tolabaj. So these Tolabaj people came, and so he was doing a Facebook live. The boy was doing Facebook live. So they took the camera from him and they kept the Facebook live on, and on Facebook live, they killed his dogs and small puppies. And then ultimately they killed the boy. So, and that Facebook live video came to me and I saw that. So then I said, who can be so cruel and inhuman in today's time? There's crime, I understand, but this is pure communal political crime. And that got me interested in that. Then second thing happened, Swapan Das Gupta, I don't know if some of you know, Swapan Das Gupta, a Bengali intellectual, Rajya Sabha member. He invited me for a lecture at the National Museum in Kolkata. It's a heritage museum, one of the best museums. Has anybody seen National Museum?
Yes.
Yes.
It's beautiful building, and you know there is a kind of a
Corridor.
बीच में वो है क्या बोलते हैं हाँ
No.
आंगन जैसा courtyard, huge courtyard in between, huge, very big, and then first floor balcony kind of thing. It was jam packed with young people. Young Bengali kids, means 2,000-3,000 people on balconies everywhere in Port. It was impossible to walk inside. So when I was giving my lecture, and I was praising Bengal because my parents, both my parents, my mother and father, they used to live in Bengal. They got married over there. My mother was 17-year-old when she got married, and both of them were freedom fighters. And 3 months after my mother's wedding, both of them were put into jail. At the same date, same time, but in different jails in different parts of the country. And they spent most of their years in jail. Then Direct Action Day happened, they had to run away from there. So that's how I am connected to Kolkata. And I love that city. I mean, one of the best cities. People criticize a lot. I also criticize, but still I love Kolkata. I don't know why. Because of the food, people, lots of heritage, history. Huh? Something about Kolkata is there.
Something, there's a vibe in
There is
there.
some vibe over there. So
Sweet like Rasgulla.
Sweet people.
So thank
that I
you so
put
much.
that.
Thank you.
Anyway, so this is very important. So that one incident I told you about violence. So I was talking about all the great people of Bengal, and I asked them, do you know this? There's some of them were black. I said, where do you think Vedanta Renaissance started in India? And all these students, they didn't even know. They didn't even think about Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Swami Vivekananda, Sri Aurobindo, who started Vedanta. Today there is a Hindu politics in India, but do you know this entire Hindu movement who started?
Yeah.
The first brand in America, there are so many Vedanta mission, Chinmay mission, this mission, Maharshi, this thing now Sadhguru. If Swami Vivekananda had not come here, it wouldn't have started. If he had not taken that building in New York and started Vedanta mission, you know,
It's
it wouldn't have
125
happened.
years
Today,
back.
Hinduism, nobody would have cared about this in India. It is because of him, Steve Jobs, Beatles, so many people went to India, they got exposed to this thing. They have done great service. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna movement has also come from there only. So these young students didn't know anything about it. Then I asked them about Direct Action Day. And I said, how many of you have heard about Direct Action? Pin drop silence. I give lots of speeches in India. Then I repeated this question in many other parts of India, in different cities. Blank. Noakhali, blank. Nobody knew. I said, how is it possible? One of the ugliest, darkest chapter of Indian history. If there was no Direct Action Day and Noakhali massacre or genocide, there would have been no partition. There would have been no partition. In 1962, BBC took an interview of Jawaharlal Nehru. I think it's BBC. I stand corrected if I'm wrong. But some foreign newspaper took it. My memory it's BBC. They took interview of Nehruji. It's documented. The document is with us. And they said, why did you agree to the partition? And his quote unquote answer was that all of us got tired of communal violence. That's what he said. We didn't want communal violence. What does it mean, communal violence? Communal violence means Islamic violence. Because Hindus didn't say we want Pakistan. They said we want Pakistan, and to get Pakistan they started this violence. So what we have to, and the third thing is, when I was interviewing, I went to Indo-Bangladesh. Sorry, I'm taking a little time.
No,
This
please,
is-
please.
Then I went to Indo-Bangladesh border. I'm just telling you, it's mini Pakistan. Right? Nobody cares. There's no law and order. Illegal immigrants are given fake IDs, voter IDs, and this is true. It's not a political narrative. It's true. And you just cannot. When I was there once, I had gone for my books, some seminar. There is a very big mall. I don't know, Goenka or Singhania.
साउथ सिटी शायद
हाँ.
यादवपुर के पास हुआ था ना
Many. There's this huge high-end mall. Summertime, and all the Muslims, you know, they went inside, captured. Something
Quest.
very high-end mall.
Quest.
Goenkas or whoever owns it, you know. So, and for 3 days they were inside. They looted all the shops, and the chief minister said, "No, this is okay. Where will poor people go?" Now, poor people go. If Hindus would have gone inside the mall, they would have beaten them up. So I said, this is very blatant politics. And the first objective was that I wanted the young people to make them aware of what the great heritage of Bengal. Unless and until you show what you have lost, nobody understands its importance. That's why I've focused more on what we have lost, the greatness of Bengal. You see all the things which are falling. All of you have seen the film today.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
The paintings are being
Yeah.
thrown. Aurobindo is thrown. Vivekananda is thrown. Tagore is thrown. And in Roy Chaudhary's house, I have used Tagore's brothers' painting of Ma Bharati. In front of
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
they shoot this guy. So it pains me a lot. So I have used dark imagery, but that was my intention. But primarily, I wanted people to become aware. And because today in India, I don't know about America, in India, what is happening? Bengal has got isolated. Every day, Bengali लोग तो ऐसा है, जबकि ऐसा नहीं है. You know, they are talking about leftists and communists, but people do not know in India that they are Hindu Bengalis also. They think everybody is a leftist and communist, you know, and everybody likes Islamic politics. They don't even understand that there are lots and lots of Bengalis who are very proud of their Hindu background, and they are proud of their culture, and they are connected. So I wanted to create awareness, especially in India. Hey, Bengal is really the lighthouse. If you empower Bengal, India will be empowered. And that's why that girl says, We are the lighthouse of
Yeah.
India, which is true, which is true. So the idea was that, but I also wanted to show what we have lost and what we are losing. This film is not just a lesson in history or it's about the past, it's also a warning about the future. That's why the very important scene is there after interval. He says that in 2050, when the first minority prime minister will take oath of as Indian prime minister, that will be big victory of our democracy. That's also a warning. If we don't control, if we are not aware, we are not together, not united, then that day will also come.